Nowadays, musicians are being regularly told that they need to be constantly posting on social media to succeed in music. I think that this is a trap, and it's bleeding your creativity away from the things that really matter, the important work that you build a sustainable career on. Not only this, I believe this is making you feel like you're failing. Day after day, you're getting 400 to 500 views on your posts with like 10 likes, whereas you can actually see other artists out there getting millions of views and millions of likes. It's not your fault. In less than 10 minutes, I'll tell you why and what you can do about it. Creator burnout is a real thing. There's all this algorithmic pressure to constantly post on TikToks and Reels and YouTube. There's pressure to release songs regularly. There's pressure to do music videos. You might feel like you're actually becoming a content creator first and a musician second, and that definitely isn't why you went into music, and it's not why I went into music either. This actually happened to me. A couple of years ago, I started posting onto TikTok. And in my first 5 or 10 videos when I was experimenting, one of my videos went completely viral for me and got 100,000 views and absolutely blew my mind. And I thought I was a content creation genius. So for the next 6 months, I tried to hit that same goal again. I wanted a bit more of that action and another 100,000 view videos. And what happened to me is I stopped writing and recording music and focused purely on TikTok and trying to make that land. I also question if it's an intentional thing by TikTok. Maybe with early creators, they give them one big hit, one big endorphin hit, and then that hooks them into the platform. I've got no proof of that. It may well have just been luck. Chasing short form content is incredibly time consuming and incredibly stressful. And the kind of content you create actually ends up being really shallow and often isn't made with the audience in mind and what they actually want. I read a stat the other day that the average person spends about 2.5 hours a day on social media. And if you add that up over a year, it's about 900 hours. What could you do with that time if you had 900 hours? Could you create 2 albums? Maybe 3 albums? One of my favorite music marketers is a guy called Jesse Cannon. I think he is a genius and his knowledge of music marketing is next level. However, his view on what you need to be doing is quite specific and it involves a lot of posting of short form content. It's difficult to get firm statistics on this, but I've seen estimates that it takes about 1 million views on TikTok to equal about 1,000 followers on Spotify. Whatever the exact statistic, I think it's fair to say that it takes a hell of a lot of views to get what you're actually looking for. This is a lot of effort. Also, if you are lucky and you do create a lot of views on TikTok, they actually own those views. If they close or decide to stop promoting you, those previous views become irrelevant and useless. So all this hard work you're putting into your social media content feels wasted. Let me know in the comments if you felt that your efforts are wasted. I bet you're not alone. Views don't equal fans. So I promised to give you the solution, but before we get there, we need a mindset shift. The mindset shift is this: don't seek views, seek value. The trick here is to go for depth, not reach. You do need reach, but reach will come after you've nailed value. And you don't need as much reach as you probably think. Kevin Kelly wrote an essay about this a while ago. He said you only need 1,000 true fans. If every one of those fans spent $100 on you, you would earn $100,000 in a year, which, to be honest, would be enough for me. And the only way you're going to get people to invest in you like that is if you focus on giving them values that they want. And there are things that only you can do. You have special skills and interesting things about you that nobody else has. You've got to discover what value you can offer and then focus your whole energy on delivering that. So how do you do this? How do you shift away from seeking views to seeking value? Firstly, I recommend drastically reducing your social media posting output. You don't need to post something every day. I would recommend posting at a frequency that you can sustain and only post if it offers value to your viewers. You will see that your views decrease, but if you focus on value, you should start to see a smaller number of true fans coming alive in your world. So I've got a bit of a framework I use when I'm deciding whether I should post something or not. And there are 3 areas of this. Number 1, teach your pain. Stop showing off, start sharing. Your own struggles are some of the most relatable content ideas that you have. For example, if you struggle writing lyrics, then write a post about it and how you solved it. If a song was really hard to record, talk about it. If you can't play a song live as well as you played it on the record, talk about it. How you solve your struggles is some of the most compelling stuff out there. The second area is share your why. Rather than thinking about posting as promotion, think about it as connection. Rather than new song out, link in bio, why not say I wrote this song about. Stories about your music, your performance are brilliant things that people connect with. And again, they're unique to you. They're not the same as what all the other artists are posting out there. And number three, I always try and think about what I'm posting and how it will help me build my house. How can I relate this back to building my own true fans that I've got on my email list? As I said earlier, when you post on TikTok, they own the views. You're posting on borrowed land. Building an email list is your insurance against that. But it's also a routing to understanding what value your true fans actually want from you. Get a newsletter or email list up and running and find ways of creating value for the people that subscribe to that list. Listen to what they say to you. If they email you and ask you things, listen to what they say. Focus your value on what those people want. So you'll need to create an email list to do this, which is a whole other topic. If you want me to do a video about it, let me know in the comments, and smash the like button while you're there if you don't mind. That helps this content go out to a wider group of people who might be interested. Ed Sheeran is a really interesting case study. You could argue that he's one of the most productive artists out there. And what did he do in 2015? And a few times since? He completely quit social media. He said he would rather see the world through his own eyes. I think this is a really great example of focusing on the deep, valuable content that Ed provides to all of us, his songs and his performances. And if he hadn't quit social media in 2015, would he have written Shape of You, which was a song that absolutely helped him to launch his career to the next level? I think his example shows that you need to be brave in this industry and focus on the things that matter. Focusing on value rather than views will really help you. The next thing you may need to do is focus on your recording and production, and there's another mindset shift that's really useful here. If you watch this video, you can see the 5 mindsets that might be slowing you down or ruining your mixes. So that might be the next thing you need to watch.